Afternoon guys, welcome back to the channel. So unusual one for us because we don't really work on many of the older buses. T5.1 2010 is generally the earliest that we work on, but this is a 2008 T5 bus. I use the word bus because they sound like a bus. It's a T5 2008. I'm not being offensive to all of you T5 lovers and owners out there. When you get to being in the game for 20 years like us and you take these apart, we have seen so many abominations of what people think is acceptable in terms of electrical work and quality and safety and other things. So we're always erring on the side of caution, because if you take the dashboard apart in here, somebody else has been in before that, and so have all the other 15 other owners that have had it. If you're lucky to have a T5 that has only had a couple of owners and they've had professional work, then great. But either way, this customer came to us. We have, it's in a nice, neat, tidy condition, which is the reason why we're doing this video. We have done a Pioneer SPH-DA360DAB. SPH-DA360DAB. It's the 6.8 inch capacitive touchscreen, FM DAB. It's mechless. It's got a digital media system with wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and of course wired as well. But this particular customer wanted a bit more, and that's the reason why we took on the job, because he's also gone for Stage 1 Sound Deadening, which is a forced option with any of our speakers. Like it or lump it, go elsewhere if you don't. But the reason for that is because we fitted Audison components in there. That means that Stage 1 Sound Deadening gets put onto the window regulator panel. New speaker ring adapters get bolted on, whereas the others get drilled, the rivets out and thrown away. And new Audison 6.5 inch door mid-bass speakers go into there with their own little crossover. And then up on the top deck, on the main dashboard, if you haven't got them already, or if you have, they get replaced. The tweeters for the Audison APK165 go in there. They sound amazing. We only generally buy the APK165P, which stands for power. Ideally, it does need amplification, but when you're running it with the newer head units that have got a Class D amplifier in, or at least 50 watts by 4, we don't fit anything other than Alpine or Pioneer, just because you get what you pay for. If it's some of the other brands, they probably wouldn't be able to power them properly. Rich has done a couple of little tests in here and said, yeah, it sounds really good actually. For the money, ordinarily, we would prefer and advise all customers, don't know how much you can hear of that, sounds really hollow. If you can afford to have what we call Stage 2 sound deadening done, it's going to help really to allow the speakers to breathe and perform, and that's really important for your new Audisons in here. If you really don't mind spending a bit more money, go for Stage 1 and 2 and 3, or you could go for Stage 1 and 3, and that's 1 is on the regulator panel, 3 is on the actual door card itself, because the door card is 15 years old. A lot of plastic moves and rattles through the temperature in the summer and in the winter, so it starts to get quite flimsy, and you're going to pick up, as you turn the volume up with your new system, the speakers are then going to make other things rattle and vibrate and resonate. So we've done Stage 1, Audison APK165s, and more importantly, we've put in the Pioneer. This vehicle doesn't have steering wheel control, so nothing to retain. We've picked up the speed pulse for the unit, and a lot of people just don't because they're lazy. Well, we're not. And then we've got CAN bus for the ignition, so that it's key in and on, gives you the power on like so. So if you've got a vehicle like this, and you're willing to come and see us for professional work done, that means if you want speakers, you have to go down the road of having a forced option of sound deadening, then get in touch. We're not like many other cheaper people that will just fit speakers. We only fit certain types of component speakers. So if you really are on a budget, then we're not the company for you, but at least you know that before you bother to get in touch and waste your time as well. So 2008 T5 makeover with the Pioneer and the Audisons. Don't forget to get in touch with us, and thanks for watching.